We're stood by the new 400 singles, which I think you're a fan of, right?
Definitely a fan, yeah. You asked me if I'd have one, and I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
If as my one and only, I'd want something a little bit bigger. But if I could have a second bike...
400 single, it makes about 40 odd horsepower. So is that the issue for you on the road?
On the road, I was saying this to you before, yeah. So if I was going for something that was, as an off-roader, I think I'd quite like a little 400 or something, because you don't need more power than that. If you're going off-road, you want it to be lighter, stuff like that. This isn't the kind of bike that I genuinely would take off-road. I know it can do it. It's great that it is a scrambler, and you can go and zip around, but we both know that like a scrambler isn't the tool you want really for that purpose. So it wouldn't be my pick for that. But as a city bike, as like a, hop around town, that sort of stuff. And it'll still do, higher speeds and stuff, so you could still go and have some fun on B-roads and things. Great bike, great starter bike as well. Certainly see a market for it. And if I was, a little bit earlier in my riding, that's a bike I would consider. But if you've got a bike that has to do everything, your one and only bike, it wouldn't be this one. But yeah, not a mark against it at all.
I was sort of expecting this to be the busiest part of the Triumph stand, just because of the really appealing price point. But it was kind of interesting that over where the Rocket 3 was, there was just a big crowd of people. And it just goes to show that even if you put out something that's kind of like affordable and therefore accessible to a lot of people, it doesn't necessarily generate, the video we made about this bike got a lot of views, but still people are attracted to the thing they can't afford, potentially, at 20 or 20 odd grand.
You or me, right? I'd be going over and sitting on the Rocket, because it's not the bike I'm going to buy. I haven't got the money for that. I probably never will, but that's the one I want to go and sit on. This is the sort of bike I probably would end up buying.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe there's something in that for the strategy of the manufacturers. I mean, look at Ducati recently putting out that super special looking anniversary edition of the Panigale V4 SP2. It's like 40 grand. And you're thinking, well, who's going to buy that? Who's interested in that? But ultimately, that's what gets people excited about the company and the brand, and it maybe is the thing that sways them to buy a Scrambler. Or
it's the gateway, isn't it? Yeah. Gets you into the brand, like you say, and then,
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that.